Okay, now we're going to swatch the palette out. So I have my palette set up pretty much the same way every single time. So for me, it's the easiest thing in the world to go ahead and swatch it out. And so I know what I need to refill in my palette. I also know when I want to change a color. Maybe I'm not using it so much anymore. So let's do a nice swatch um, with this palette. So I'm starting with a small cup of water. I have something here that I can discard used water, and I have some fresh water. Someone was asking about like the water system. The only important thing is that you have clean water. I'm doing this recording, so I don't want to have to get up 10 times to change out water. So I just have a little rotating water system here. Um, Now, some of my paints are activated, some aren't, so I'm just going to spritz them. No matter what, when you have watercolor, you have to use some water somehow, somewhere. I got a little bit of my paper, but I'm not going to worry about it. Now, I'm just going to start right up here. This is a color I honestly don't use a ton, but I find it helpful to have on my palette. And this is graphite gray. It's the closest thing on my palette that I have to black. So I am going to try to make a little bit of variation in my swatch so I can see quickly what this color does. Okay, like that. And then I'm cleaning my brush and moving on to the next one. So this is, as a landscape painter, this is also a color that I use a lot. It's a very cool brown. Um, it's called sepia, and this is a Daniel Smith color, and it gets very, very dark. Um, so we want to make sure that we've got the dark there. But then I want to kind of swatch it over so that I can see what the light part of this color will do too. Now, the way that I made this little shape, I literally took this insert palette from my kit, because what I'm going to do is after I've swatched it, I will run this through my laminating machine so that it will be protected, and then I will keep it with this palette. Because while this is the palette that I use the most, it's not my only palette. I have other palettes for other things. So this color is raw umber. And this I use a lot in landscape painting. I'm sure that you can understand that. So again, I'm trying to kind of see what the lighter colors are going to do, or the lighter side of the color will be. And then I like to keep my primaries on my corners. So this is my Hansa Yellow Light. It's like tropical sunshine, lemons, all these beautiful things. So I'm just switching out some of my water because I was starting to get muddy. And you can see too, it's okay. Some of this has started to blend together. That's okay. Okay, so I finished doing my swatches. We started with them, and then my phone ran out of battery and I thought I was still recording. So I don't want to do it again. Just know that you swatch everything else on your palette the same. Like I said, I keep my primaries in the corner. So I have my cool ones here, my warm ones here. I pretty much have my palette segmented in half by this well. So I kind of try to keep my cools in one spot, my warms in the other. I've got it all swatched out. I was playing because I have like this whole extra paper that I don't need to use. But what I want to do is I want to, now that I have it all labeled, go ahead and laminate it. So I have this laminating sheet that I buy these, and I have this really simple laminating machine. I bought it at Walmart. I think it was about 20 bucks. Anyway, it looks like I need to cut off a little bit of this side here because it's gonna be too big for my laminating machine. So let me just quickly do that. All right, that was just my paper cutter. All right, now I can stick this in the laminating machine. And this is just going to protect this so when I put it in my actual palette, I can wipe it off when it inevitably gets dirty. And so what I see here is that part of this is not going to be laminated. But that's okay. I'll just take another sheet. We'll see how much of that another laminating sheet, and I'll go over it again.
This is a fantastic first step when you get new paints. It's something that I highly recommend that you do
something
every
with an
single time.
artist mindset,
and then
that you have to think
once
about.
you have your palette set up,
the cool thing about
you need
artists
to
is that
create a
we
little
don't think
swatch
like other
and
people.
label
So
every single spot.
when there's an
Because if
issue,
you put away your
we don't
paints for a
necessarily
little
start
while and
over.
then you
We
come
just
back
work
to
with
them,
what we've got, and
chances
we
are you're going to forget
figure
where
it
you put
out. So
I hope
this
this helps.
is
Now
coming
let's do,
through, and
color wheels
instead of starting
and
all
get on the
over
front side.
again,
Okay.
because I just don't want to, I'm just going to take another laminating sheet and put it on this side. That way, I've got a nice water paint proof swatch, and I'm all set. I'm good to go. So once this goes through, I'm going to cut it out, and that's it. My palette is swatched. I'm good to go. Now I can do this anytime that I want to change out my colors, or if I get a new palette, I can do the same thing. Or if I get new paints, holidays, birthdays, always a great opportunity to ask for art supplies. They are expensive, and so they are wonderful gifts for family to give to you. If you know someone that collects things, like, this is your new collection, just let people know that what you want is paint, and go ahead and stick an Amazon list out there. But I'm really happy, with how this palette has turned out being laminated. It's just so nice. So I will cut this out, and this will live in my palette. Okay, so I have this all cut out and it's ready to go. And now when I go to close my palette, it will sit directly inside. It'll protect my paints,